Enter the arena, the Don Juan Banks, Tommy Razorstein, live from South Korea. We're about to talk about the fight that is 1 day away. It could be the biggest fight of the year. Conor McGregor, 18-2 with 16 KOs. The UFC interim featherweight champion of the world, taking on Jose Aldo, 26 and won 15 KOs, the featherweight championship of the world. It will be for the undisputed featherweight championship of the world, UFC 194, on December the 12th, 2015, live from the MGM Grand, which we will be talking about two developing situations. Jose Aldo won't fight Conor McGregor at UFC 94, says CHALE Sonnen. And also, Conor McGregor, he responds to Tyson Fury and he says, I am my own man. First, I'm going to read the article about Jose Aldo not showing up to UFC 194, and then I'll get to Tommy Razorstein, former UFC middleweight and now ESPN analyst CHALE Sonnen has made yet another bold statement. He believes that Jose Aldo, who is set to fight Conor McGregor at UFC 194 in a featherweight title unification bout, will not make weight come Friday. The reason that Sonnen thinks Aldo will not make weight is because Aldo is looking for a way out of fighting Conor McGregor. Sonnen believes that since Aldo is in Las Vegas and healthy, he is looking for a way out and sees this as his last chance of doing so. I'm not positive Jose Aldo is going to make weight for this fight, Sonnen told MMA fighting.com. If he can find a way out of this fight right now, he will take it. The problem is he's here and he's healthy. His last chance to get out of this, or at least have his title on the line, or at least have the full fiver, is not to make weight. Sonnen said if he were to buy this event on pay-per-view, he'll wait until Aldo makes weight before hitting the pay button. Sonnen also brought up the fact that Aldo has pulled out of their fight before and might do so again. So until I see him on the scale, I'm not going to buy it. He's clearly scared of Conor McGregor. He's already pulled out of the fight once. One of the reasons you get into the UFC is you want people watching, he said. When you have an athlete who does everything he can to make sure people don't tune in, you have an athlete who does everything he can to make sure people don't know when, where, how to get tickets, where the pay-per-view is. That's not a great sign. Sonnen brought up the fact that Aldo is not promoting this fight at all, and he feels that Aldo is trying to not have anyone watch this fight in case he loses. If you are going to whip my ass, you're going to want people to watch. Jose Aldo will do everything he can to make sure nobody is on TV on Saturday night, and I haven't seen anything like it. Tommy Razorstein. That's very, very bold. The best MMA analyst on YouTube today. What's your opinion?
All right. How I see it is this, Don.
Yes.
Jose Aldo, is he scared? Uh, he has a hard time. He's going to have a hard time, going through all of this and not having some kind of mental block at all. I mean, think about it. Every single thing that he's been through, Don. I mean, getting taunted like that and then having to call out of the fight and then, acting like, you had to, be the lesser of the man and back out. I mean, he's the champ. He's getting called the pound for pound best fighter in the world. And now he's getting treated like this. And people are thinking that he's dunking someone who just came into the UFC recently. And Jose Aldo's been, undefeated for 10 years. This is crazy if you think about it.
This is insane.
It's nuts. I mean, it's crazy to see the disrespect that Jose Aldo gets too. I mean, you think he's like Obama or something.
Wow.
With the amount of disrespect that he fucking gets from the press and the people, it's fucking crazy, Don.
Do you think he's warranted that because he pulled out of multiple fights? he has a vendetta against the UFC. He's not the most promoted guy because of his low key attitude. Is this the reason why he has so much of a backlash?
Probably, you know what I mean? But he's also not someone like John Jones who, you know, is a complete total scumbag who, you know, crashed his car into multiple people multiple times. So
Hold on.
he's still a decent guy. I mean, it isn't like he's some kind of scumbag. He's a decent guy. He's just not the most promoted because he doesn't finish people as well. You know, but I think he's more entertaining than fucking your boy, your beloved GSP.
I hate GSV. Sleeping pill. Somebody will test the chin of GSV.
I know. You said that all the time, and there would be times where I'm like, Don, really? You think Josh Koscheck's gonna beat GSP? Yes, yes, he will, Tom. You
Somebody
don't
will.
know
It's
Tom.
now is
He's
the
gonna
time to test the chin of GSV.
because it was like, you know, you hated the guy,
Hmm.
and he was boring. But you know, he's Jose Aldo is a lot more entertaining to George St. Pierre, and I think so. I think that Jose Aldo isn't as marketable in America. Maybe he's a lot marketable in Brazil. It might make a big difference. These Brazilian fighters, when they're in Brazil, they're treated like fucking gods, dude. I mean, they walk around like, you know, like they're Tom Brady and shit. You know, people who like Tom Brady.
He lives there, and that's the difference between him and a lot of UFC fighters. They move to the United States. Jose Aldo is the real deal. He still lives in Brazil. You remember what happened to Shogun in Brazil when they
Yeah,
stripped him
yeah.
nude, robbed him of everything that he had? Brazil is a rough and dangerous place. So Jose Aldo is no joke. He is the real deal. He is Scarface.
Yeah, he really is. That's a really good point. I mean, he's like Nick Diaz, where he still lives there. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like Nick Diaz still lives in fucking um,
Stockton.
Stockton. Still lives in Stockton. God bless his soul. You know what I mean? Still puffing blunts. Gotta love him. And you know, Jose Aldo still, you know, living in the badlands of fucking uh, Brazil. It's tough, man.
Now, he has a
But
huge Brazilian audience. That's what you were alluding to just a few minutes ago. So it's not like he is a dull fighter. He's a great fighter in the octagon, as you said, and he does have a huge fan base. It's just that he has his personal gripes with the UFC and the deals that they made and how they pay fighters. And so it's very obvious to see that the company would want Conor McGregor to win. Now, in the past, you said that if this goes to a unanimous decision, I mean, if this goes to a decision, sorry, if this goes to
yes,
a decision, you say that what, 9 out of 10 it will go to Conor McGregor, no matter
yes,
what,
yes, I
even if
can
it's
see
a
that.
close fight.
Even if it's a close fight, I think that you'll see, you know, a George St. Pierre, Johnny Hendricks decision where it's like,
Even if
what?
Jose Aldo was dominating the fight, it would still go to Conor.
Like I said, a George St. Pierre, Johnny Hendricks decision. I mean, where Johnny Hendricks beat the shit out of George St. Pierre, you know, the whole entire fight, and then George was, you know, woken up and explained that he was the winner, and he was like, "Where am I? What's my name? I don't know. Do I fight? Yes, you won the fight. Who? Who? What?" And it would be like something like that if it goes to decision.
Conor McGregor is in Las Vegas, Nevada. That is the same place where Floyd Money Mayweather resides now. Both of them reside in Las Vegas, Nevada. Conor McGregor said he views himself as a partner with the UFC, meaning that Conor McGregor is trying to put down the foundation like you're building a house. He's laying the foundation for the UFC to make him the next star by fighting in Las Vegas, Nevada, consistently and packing the house. Do you have any type of opinion of him using the blueprint of Floyd Mayweather for the UFC?
Floyd Mayweather's a piece of trash, and I don't even want to talk about that fucking scumbag. He's ruining boxing, and he's a complete piece of trash. And I could go off for an hour about how I don't like that guy.
But and you know I don't like Mayweather, and I know some people are going to say, "Oh, you two are being very biased right now." But you have to give him credit for his blueprint that he lays down, fighting in Las Vegas, Nevada. Conor McGregor is his move there, and he plans to have his big fights in Las Vegas.
I don't know, man. You know,
Well, that is
say
well. I'll comment on it.
they're still going to have a connection to him with Ireland. I mean, it's just not going to be exactly the same how it was with Floyd, because Floyd's an American, so it's going to be a little bit different in a way. Floyd, has no other connection outside of his country, whereas Conor, he wears the Irish flag nonstop. No, the funny thing would be this: if you want to attack Conor McGregor, I would say I question if he's really Irish or not. You know what I mean?
I think somebody could do that, but I wanted to comment on that situation real quick for the fans. I think Conor McGregor will be able to pull it off in Las Vegas, Nevada, if he's able to be victorious. He has to be in a situation in his career where he's not taking any losses in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I believe he can pack the house. It all depends on his performance against Jose Aldo. Now, into the mind games of this fight, you were just saying Tommy Razorstein, if you want to get in the head of Conor McGregor, accuse him of his ethnicity.
Yeah. You know how that went on for years and years between Donald Trump and Barack Obama about him being not born in America.
Yes.
And no one ever really found out anything, but it just drove everyone crazy.
Yes.
So anyway, I would say do that. If you want to get underneath the skin of Conor McGregor, do a birther issue with Conor McGregor, of him being Irish or not. You know what I mean? Say he's English and I want to see a birth certificate and I want to see, where are these documents? I want this proved, you know what I mean? And just get under his skin. The one thing that he has pride in is being Irish. Attack him on that. And claim that he isn't from Ireland, and you have all sorts of proof, and you have your lawyers looking into it, and just totally make a fucking big circus behind it. Because Conor, when you fight Conor, he has his circus and him that he has to fight. You have to fight two fucking people when you fight Conor. You have to fight Conor McGregor and his whole entire fucking entourage circus that he fucking brings. You know what I mean? That just wears on you, dude. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know how hard it is to walk into Ireland and try and fight Conor McGregor? You know how hard it is to say anything bad about Conor McGregor in Ireland? You have to worship him like he's God if you're in Ireland. The Irish are crazy fans, dude. They're the hardest core fans of all fucking time. They're nuts, and they're gonna be crazier than the Brazilians, which is crazy. They're gonna be more wild and crazy than the Brazilians. That's why this fight is so amazing, Don. I mean, Conor McGregor brings, a different style, a different attitude, and a fucking, fan base that we've really never seen before. I mean, it's going to be nuts.
Exactly, Tommy. You got a big point. Brazil versus Ireland, and we know it's going to be a rematch. Listen to this. Let's get right to the thesis of this video. Jose Aldo won't fight Conor McGregor at UFC 194. That's what CHALE SONNEN says. I believe that Jose Aldo will show up for this fight. I think it's too much to lose. It's too much pride on the line. In terms of him missing weight, that's very unprofessional. I do not see him doing that in this fight. I feel that Jose Aldo feels that he will be more focused by not letting any distractions in his way, while he may feel that Conor McGregor could be distracted by all the promotion and become overconfident. So if I was going to make it official, I believe Conor McGregor will show up I mean, I believe Jose Aldo will show up to at the weigh-in tonight. He will make weight, and he will be at the fight. What is your opinion on that?
My opinion is this: Chael Sonnen has a personal bias when it comes to that.
And
There was a
Brazil.
time when, yeah, there's a time in the WEC where
I respect that a lot.
Chael was fighting in the WEC. Remember that?
Yes,
There's
yes.
old days. So Chael was fighting this guy, and the guy was the champion, and he purposely missed weight just so it wouldn't be considered a title fight.
Yes.
And they're like, you still want to fight? The guy's like 10 pounds, 15 pounds heavier than you, Chael. And we can't, sanction it at this weight class. And the guy's like, I don't care. I'll lose, 20% of my profit. I don't care. But it wasn't a title fight. They couldn't make it a title fight. So I think that's what Chael is thinking back. You know what I mean? Of like, man, I can't believe when I got fucking screwed over. I wonder if that could also happen to Conor McGregor.
Will Conor McGregor show up? I mean, will Jose Aldo show up tonight at the weigh-in and make weight?
Yeah, I think he will. I think Chael is just reflecting on what happened to Chael.
Conor McGregor hits back at Tyson Fury over copycat claims, insisting, I am my own man. Now, remember, me and Tommy Razorstein covered this before, and it was Tyson Fury making allegations to Conor McGregor that he stole his entire style. It didn't take much time for Conor McGregor to hit back. He says, Conor McGregor says this: there are many times in the game you get compared to other fighters. I've been compared to everybody. I've been compared to CHALE. I've been compared to Anderson. I've been compared to Diaz. I've been compared to Muhammad Ali. And now you're trying to compare me to Tyson Fury. I'll continue to say that I'm my own man. I am on my own journey. Tyson is a music character, but I am me. I am nobody else.
I like that. I do like that. And I will say that he is his own person. He's not trying to copy off anybody. I think he, has his own ideas on what he wants to do and how he wants to market himself. He's a unique person. I don't think that he's really trying to copy somebody else. I mean, who else would he be copying? I mean, he might be taking a couple things from a couple people and mixing it all together. Just like, if you wanted to make a great song, you might take a couple, beats and change it up, or, a sound and change it up and modify it and keep working with it and change it. I think that's all he's doing. I don't really see him like copying somebody else. I don't see him like being exactly like, another person.
Great answer. In my opinion, I see a lot of people inside of Conor McGregor, but I feel Conor McGregor is doing his own thing. He's being his own man, and even answering that question in his own way without bad mouthing anyone was a positive way that he answered this question, because we know Conor McGregor can be very boisterous in answering any questions about anyone else. Tommy Razorstein, tonight is the weigh-in, tomorrow is the fight. There's so much anticipation and speculation behind this event. With 2 minutes left, can you tell us, just your predictions on the fights that's going to be held on December the 12th at UFC 194? And I can read them off to you if you want me to do that.
Sure, I'll tell you exactly how I think it will go down. Jose Aldo will come in and start trying to dominate that front leg and just beat the shit out of Conor's front leg with those kicks that he has. He's destroyed people with before. Conor will start working the angles, and Jose Aldo will have a hard time, trying to get that right distance and understanding the length that Conor has. And I think Conor will start to wear on Jose from those long, reach that he has. He fights long, man. He's tall. He's skinny. He has a great frame for the striking style that he does. He's a unique kind of fighter, man. He's difficult to plan for. He's really not the usual fighter that we see, that who he has fought. So I think that Conor's going to win this fight, man, and he's going to come in there and start picking apart Jose, and the crowd is going to go fucking crazy. This crowd is going to be crazy. There's going to be two shows: this crowd and the fucking show itself. It's going to be wild, dude. I would
Tommy
love
McGregor.
to buy tickets.
So let's make it official. Tommy Ragenstein has Conor McGregor. I have Conor McGregor. Of course, exactly what Tommy Ragenstein said. Aldo will be looking to kick out that lead leg so he can close the distance. Jose Aldo to me has lost a step. I feel like he's an old lion, but he's going to pull out his bag of tricks in this fight. Can Jose Aldo last to the 5 rounds? Can this be a 5-round fight? It could possibly be. We know who it will go to. If it's a 5-round fight, it's going to go to Conor McGregor because of being in Las Vegas. So I feel that Conor McGregor will be a step faster. He will be more aggressive. He will. Jose Aldo will be very worried about the body as he's kicking that leg. Conor will be going to the body, and I don't know how Jose will respond to that, just coming off of the broken ribs. But that could lead to a defeat, and Jose making excuses around that. But Conor McGregor is going to prove at the end of the year that he is going to be the one that's going to be successful. The middleweight type. We just need you to just go through the name at who's going to win. Chris Weidman versus Luke Rockhold for the middleweight championship.
Luke Rockhold.
I have Chris Weidman. If you have a prediction, you don't have to give one. Jacare Souza versus Yoel Romero in the middleweight division.
I'm going to take Yoel Romero over Jacare Souza.
I have Soldier of God also. Welterweight Damian Maia versus Gunnar Nelson.
Gunnar Nelson. I hate Damian Maia. He's trash, and he should be released. He's terrible.
I have Gunnar Nelson also. That's about it. Ladies and gentlemen, watch Tommy Ragenstein live. The weigh-in is tonight. I will be covering the weigh-in. We will be covering the event tomorrow night. Tommy Ragenstein will be showing up on a special Google Hangout. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event. Tommy Ragenstein will be there, and he will be bringing special guests to commentate after this fight is complete. Ragenstein, we're going to give you an extra 30 seconds because people want to hear what you got to say about your last thoughts.
All right. Don't be surprised to see if Conor actually hits a double leg takedown just to throw Jose off. I know it's kind of crazy to say, but he has a great body frame for a double leg takedown. I mean, he's strong, he's skinny enough, he has long arms, long legs. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden you see him take, Jose Aldo down off against the cage just to throw Jose off. Not to get a submission or anything, but just to throw him off.
For Tommy Ragenstein live in South Korea, the Don Juan Banks, tomorrow night. You need to subscribe now. Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo for the undisputed featherweight championship of the world. Peace.
Peace out.